Good day, Royal Watchers. Before we unpack this absolutely stunning development that has everyone talking, smash that subscribe button and hit the notifications bell on Danish News Daily, because this story has more twists than a Danish pastry. All right, let's get straight into this bombshell, because Princess Marie just dropped news that changes absolutely everything we thought we knew about the Danish royal family dynamics. She's confirmed that they're staying in Washington, D.C. until August 2027, and then, wait for it, they're moving back to Denmark. Back to Denmark, the same country they essentially fled from after the title-stripping disaster that left everyone's jaws on the floor. But here's the plot twist that nobody saw coming. Their relationship with King Frederik has apparently strengthened, and he's actually involving them in official duties again. If this were a television show, you'd say the writers were getting desperate, but this is real life, and it's absolutely wild. Now, let's rewind for those who need context, because this reconciliation is nothing short of miraculous, given where things stood not that long ago. When Queen Margrethe stripped Joachim's children of their royal titles back in 2022, it wasn't just a family disagreement, it was full-blown nuclear warfare played out in the international media. Joachim was furious, Marie was devastated, the children were confused, and the entire situation was messier than a food fight at a state dinner. The family packed up and moved to Washington, D.C. in 2023, and most people assumed that was it. Done. Finished. The Danish chapter of their lives was permanently closed, and they'd become permanent American residents with diplomatic jobs and a fresh start far away from royal drama. But apparently, someone forgot to tell Frederik and Joachim that family feuds are supposed to be permanent, because somehow, against all odds, these two brothers have managed to rebuild their relationship. And we're not talking about polite Christmas card exchanges and awkward birthday phone calls. We're talking about Frederik actively involving Joachim and Marie in official duties. New Year's events, people. That's not throwing them a bone. That's welcoming them back into the fold in a meaningful way. The August 2027 return date is particularly interesting because it's specific, it's planned, and it suggests this isn't some vague possibility being floated around. This is happening. Marie confirming it publicly means they've had serious discussions, made concrete decisions, and presumably worked through whatever catastrophic issues tore them apart in the first place. You don't just casually announce you're moving back to a country where your children lost their titles and your family relationships imploded unless some serious healing has occurred behind palace doors. But let's talk about what this strengthened relationship actually means, because actions speak louder than words, and Frederik involving them in official duties is screaming volumes. In royal world, being included in New Year's events isn't just about showing up for champagne and fancy dress. These are significant ceremonial occasions that represent the monarchy's public face. By bringing Joachim and Marie into these events, Frederik is sending an unmistakable message. They're still part of this family, they still matter, and the past is being left where it belongs, in the past. Now, imagine being Joachim and Marie right now. They left Denmark feeling betrayed, hurt, and probably wondering if they'd truly be welcomed back. They built a new life in America, carved out space for themselves away from royal constraints, and probably got comfortable with the distance. And now they're being told not only are they welcomed back, they're wanted back. That's got to be an emotional roller coaster that makes Space Mountain look tame. It's vindication, reconciliation, and probably a fair amount of nervousness all mixed together. The dynamics of this return are going to be absolutely fascinating to watch unfold. Will the children get their titles back? Probably not, but stranger things have happened. Will Joachim and Marie resume full-time royal duties or maintain some independence? That's the million-dollar question. Will this reconciliation last, or will old wounds resurface once they're all living in the same country again? Time will tell, but at least they're trying, which is more than many fractured families can say. What's genuinely remarkable about this entire situation is that it demonstrates royal families are still fundamentally just families. They fight, they hurt each other, they say things they regret, and sometimes, if they're lucky and willing to put in the work, they heal. Frederik and Joachim could have stayed estranged forever. Nobody would have particularly blamed them. But instead, they chose reconciliation. They chose family over pride. And that's actually quite beautiful when you think about it. The fact that this reconciliation is happening whilst Frederik is king adds another layer of significance. He could have kept his distance, maintained the status quo, and avoided potential complications, but instead he's actively reaching out, involving them, and presumably working to make sure his brother and sister-in-law feel valued. That's leadership that extends beyond crown and country into actual human decency. August 2027 might seem far away, but in royal planning terms, that's practically tomorrow. The countdown to the Joachim and Marie comeback tour has officially begun. Thanks for watching. Family reconciliation for the win.